Welcome back to Daytime. Well, as per kind of CrossFit training, we really there is a new expectation when it comes to deciding how to vacation, and a huge, huge movement is voluntourism. We've had Corinne Taylor on to extol the virtues of bucket list travel, but guess what? This time we're actually going to talk to two actual participants of one of the more recent ventures, which was to Africa. Joining me now, Barbara Taylor, as well as Sharon Cook. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
So here we are, two people proudly donning the red bucket on your person, and both of you did participate to a recent trip down to Africa. And maybe I'll start with you, Barbara. I have to ask, what drew you to this sort of opportunity?
The opportunity to do some volunteering and travel. I love traveling, but I've never done anything in a volunteer way when I traveled. So combining the two was a perfect match.
And Sharon, when we talk about volunteering, what sort of activities are you participating in while down there?
We visited an orphanage while we were there. We helped clean it up. They get very dirty down there. We bought food for them. We took the kids on a hike through the mountains, which was so much fun. We bought some mattresses for them. We were able to, even just going and spending time playing with them. We took some hockey sticks down and played some hockey on the grass, and that was so much fun. They can use anything.
And this is the emphasis of Bucket List Travel. So it's one of these services that allow people to have a different style of vacation. Again, we use the word voluntourism, which is incorporating a vacation with volunteering. Was it as transformative as you thought it would be? I'll start with you, Barbara.
It definitely was. But the thing that I really got from the whole trip was that I didn't need to be a doctor or a nurse or a missionary or a professional person to go and do this. I was just there as myself, and I did my fun things. I sang songs with the children at the orphanage in the slums, just like I sang songs with the brownies at my Girl Guide meeting at home. And so, you know, the skills that you have, you can use them. You don't have to be trained. You just go and have fun and enjoy it and get to meet new friends and lots of interesting things.
And we're seeing some of the images from the trip here, and I'll put it to either of you if you want to describe what we're seeing on screen here. Sharon?
Well, these are some of the children that we visited in the slums. They had a day program there. We went twice. We took them some bubbles and some bananas. This is when we got to stay in with the Maasai. We actually stayed with a Maasai tribe for a few nights on their farm. And again, this is back at the slums. These kids, you know, they don't have anything. We were there for their only meal of the day, which was corn porridge and the bananas that we gave them. We got to do some singing with them, and they had so much fun. And it was funny because the first time we went, they were terrified of us because they don't see visitors that often. And then they were begging for us to come. And the second time we came back, they were just thrilled. They flocked to us right away, and they wanted to play with the balls that we brought and climb on us and wrestle, and it was so much fun. So
has this changed your perception of that region? I mean, were there any major surprises for either of you in terms of just things that you never anticipated? I mean, obviously the type of things that you were engaged in, it's not your traditional vacation experience. You're there at ground level, and you're helping these people out. Maybe Barbara, if you could share a few thoughts with us.
I think their resilience. They just take every day, and they're so grateful for what they have, and they're not expecting a whole lot, and they get up every morning and they're happy, and they're just open and warm and caring, and they look after each other. These children just come home from school, and it's like, oh, do I have to do my homework? They just get right at their homework, and they have a schedule, and there's 35 children in the orphanage. Wow. Now, if you had 35 children in your home at night, can you imagine getting the homework done? Far less doing your own laundry or cleaning your shoes for the next day at school. And they just come home, and they just get right to it.
So how was coming back home? I mean, did you find that your perception of just North American life has been altered irreparably?
You have to find the balance, but coming home is as much of a culture shock as going.
Of course.
When we first got there were various people in the group who, you know, would find certain things touching, and you know, there were certainly tears the first few days, and then after a while we kind of settled in and thought, you know, they have so much, they're so happy, or they don't have much, but they do have a lot. They have a lot of happiness, and they're not greedy. They're so willing to share whatever little bit they get. And then coming back home, you know, you take a look and you see kids have all of the toys and more than what they need here, and how much food gets wasted. And
But even just,
it's so
I mean,
interesting.
everything outdates so quickly here. I mean, we want it a year later. We want the newest update of whatever technology or whatever the newest style is on a month-by-month basis almost. Would you do it again, Sharon?
Absolutely, in a heartbeat.
In a heartbeat?
Absolutely.
No.
They say, people say that when you go to Africa, you leave a bit of yourself behind there because it really gets into you. And that's exactly how I feel, that I need to go back. The people are so amazing, and it's so wonderful to be there.
And Barbara, you were nodding away.
We feel like we have friends and family there now, and it's just like we're part of them. Now's the time when you get all weepy because you think of them.
Of course.
It's very emotional to go there, and you're welcomed, so openly welcomed, and you're just part of the group. And in Africa, white people are called Mazungas.
Okay.
We didn't feel like we were Mazungas when we left.
I'm going to have to remember that. Well, and I mean, again, it seems like a remarkable journey for you both. I failed to ask, how long was the trip?
16 days.
16 days. Wow, incredible. And of course, if you want to find out more, if this is kind of tweaking that little nerve in the back of the brain that you'd really like to do vacationing with a difference, bucketlisttraveladventures.com for more information. And again, hopefully you two can have a similar experience as the two of you did experience. And again, we'll obviously see you back there soon, I would imagine.
For sure.
Absolutely. Well, to you both, thank you very much, and thank you for sharing that. I mean, really
you.
beautiful. The images were stunning, and
Thank you.
it was. You can't wipe the smiles off either of your faces, can you?
No.
Not at all. All right.
Great.
Great. All right. More daytime to come, folks. So stay with us. A bit of an interesting factoid we didn't share in the last interview. Barbara Taylor celebrated her 65th birthday while down in Africa.
Can you imagine?
I
Wouldn't
mean,
that be fabulous?
The two of them. You had to shield your eyes from the gleam of their smiles as they exited the studio.
And
just
what
now.
did they both say, both before and after the interview? Oh, we're going back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're going back again. Yeah.
Wow, remarkable, and it's so great to see that this is a new movement that really has. I would like to do it, and
I would love to
to do it. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll take daytime on the road. A real road trip.
I just heard a producer pass out. I just literally heard thud.